What's going on, everyone? Retire on Dividends here, driving to work yet again, 2 days in a row. Whoopie freaking do, but at least I get to work out first, which is why I'm leaving a little early. But I figured I'd make a commute video because at least 600 people like it, unless one person watches it 600 times, you never know. But so anyway, I want to talk about health, right? Why not health? Let's talk about first, I'm on day 3 of a juice cleanse at the moment. Typically once a year I purchase these different juices. It's a protein juice cleanse, and what it is basically they give you 6 different juices, and that's all you eat. I'll call it eat for the day, right? Obviously you can have water, some black coffee, but for the most part it's just juices for 3 days straight, and it's supposed to clean you out. There's all health benefits to it, one of which is losing about 5 pounds, which that could be very helpful to me at the moment. And honestly, it just makes you feel pretty good, pretty damn good. The first day is very easy, to be honest, except at dinner time. But the first day, you're still like kind of got all that food crap in you from the day before. So the first day is pretty easy. Second day is a little challenging. And then obviously here I am on the third day. Third day is a little easier because you have something to look forward to, which is tomorrow when you're not on the juice cleanse. So all in all, so far so good. But one thing I've noticed, if you guys are going to do a juice cleanse, I always tried to avoid, having, to go drive to work or having different things. But like yesterday, for example, I had to drive to work. I worked out and then I had baseball practice. But normally I would think, all right, I'm not going to have the energy for that. But technically, the protein juice cleanse, it says it has enough calories that it can support that. So, those are the best days to do it then. As long as you have the energy, then that's the perfect day. Because if I'm in the office, I don't have time to eat anyway, right? If I'm at baseball practice, I don't care about dinner. I'm going to work, I'm going to baseball practice, and I'm going home to go to bed. And that's it. Same thing with today. I'm going to the office, I'm going to work out, I'm going to work, I come home, I go to my son's championship baseball game, and then I go to bed. So I don't have time to even think about food. So these are the perfect days, for me at least, to do the juice cleanse. But if you guys never done one, I know it sounds corny and not manly and all that, but it is really beneficial to you, especially like for me. I like to drink alcohol, on the weekend and an occasional weekday and this and that and the other thing. So I want to clean out everything, right? So I want to essentially a clean slate. I'm not going to go into the benefits. You can watch another video for that. There's a lot of people more knowledgeable than me on that, but I like it mainly for the weight loss part, and it kind of jump starts me to eating better, feeling better, things like that. So, and yeah, plus, not to mention, I have to wear a suit, next week because I'm going to this YieldMax thing. So, that's also another reason to drop 5 pounds or maybe even more. Again, after the juice cleanse, hopefully I plan on doing, actually, after the juice cleanse, I plan on doing more aggressive intermittent fasting. And when I say more aggressive, right now I do 16-8, which means 16 no eating, 8 eating. I'm going to do 20 no eating, and then 4 eating. So that's my plan. Maybe not the day after the juice cleanse. That day I'll try to just eat throughout the day, but healthy. But then maybe the day after I'll do the 20 hours fasting, 4 hours eating. And that way, the reason I like that one is because when I eat, I don't want to diet. Like, I love eating, so I just eat whatever the hell I want. And I always, in the past, again in my 20s, I did that. I ate whatever the hell I wanted. I ate healthier back then too, though. But I worked, as long as I worked out, my metabolism took care of everything else. Here I am, 41 years old. I still work out. Now, I don't have that much time to work out, but I still work out 4 or 5 days a week. I'm running a lot more now, and it's still not enough, when I eat what I want. So that's why I do intermittent fasting. Now, the 16-8, it kind of works. I just get by, but then sometimes I get a little pushed over the edge. And I know that by my pants being tight, right? I get to a point where my work pants are like, okay, buddy, you gotta do something here, right? Because you're not gonna jump up sizes. That's not an option. So that is the stopping point, right? Your work fat pants, if they don't fit, that's it. So that's always my reminder. All right, guys, it's time. So, because you sometimes, you get in denial. You're like, oh, I'm not that bad. And then someone takes a picture of you with your shirt off. You're like, okay, yeah, it's time. So sometimes you need those reminders. But yeah, I just want to talk about the juice cleanse, and it's not all that bad. It sounds like awful. It sounds stupid, but it's really, I like it. I'm gonna try to do it more often than once a year going forward. Here we go with the bumpy roads. Really, I just, we pay all these taxes, and the roads are shit everywhere. Shit. This is why my car, always needs freaking work underneath. Like, it takes a beating, and it's an old car. You can't handle this. Fix the damn roads, Murphy. All right. What the hell are we talking about? So yeah, it's day 3 of the juice cleanse. I'm going to work out. I'm doing legs too, so legs takes a lot of energy. So all of the calorie intake that I had, I'm probably going to use up, which is fine. It's good. But again, it's just like 3 days is just enough for me. I don't know if I could do a 5-day with working out and everything, but it's something I'll consider. But I am going to do more research on juice cleansing, things like that. And the reason is, like, for me, for example, like I said, I'm a fat ass. I love eating, and that's just the way it is. I love to have a glass of wine or 2 or 3, and that's just the way it is, and that's the way it's gonna be. Granted, I could go on a crash diet, and I do that on occasion. I count every damn calorie that goes into me. And that's what my strategy was over the past 10, 15 years. But I'm looking into different ventures, right? Different ways of staying active. One thing, actually, coaching keeps you very active. So that's another reason, that it's good to be, sign up for things like that with your children and be very active. So, but anyway, juicing is like, again, it's like I call it a jump starter. Again, quick weight loss, and it just flushes out your system, right? Some other guy said it kind of like, since there's no new food in there to work, it uses anything old storage, right? Old crap that's sitting in you, and uses that to burn energy. So that's one way to look at it. But again, like I said, just Google someone else that knows what they're talking about. But I'm going to look into it. And I know this is not a health channel, but health, well, at least exercise is very important to me. It's my other obsession, mainly weightlifting. But, I'm at the point where, obviously, I'm older with children, so it's not just weightlifting, it's just staying healthy, it's staying in shape, very active, because when you have 2 sons who want to just go outside and play all the time, 24/7, yeah, you gotta be active, you gotta be healthy, you gotta be moving, and you gotta show them that you're active. You don't want to be like this deadbeat that just sits on the couch and be like, I don't want to go. Or someone who can't even bend down to play catcher for your son who maybe wants to pitch or something like that. So health is important. Health is very, very important. I mean, what else is more important than your health? You have to, people rely on you, right? There's someone that relies on you. Obviously, if you're the dad of the family, you're relying on producing the income. You're relying to be a good father, right? So what good are you if you're just eating like a fat ass, staying obese and overweight? You know, you have to change. You know, something has to change. And I know it sucks to even think about, because believe me, I go in cycles. Like every winter I get to a point where I get a little like uncomfortable, I'll say. Like I said, my fat pants are maxed out. So, but you know, so far I haven't let it go past that. So what I do is I crash diet, but now, like I said, I'm starting with a juice. I did my crash diet already this year, actually. It lasted about 4 or 5 weeks. It was pretty good, it worked. But then I kind of overdid the eating after that, so I kind of just went backwards really quick. But anyway, I just wanted to mention like some things like to stay healthy. I know, and this goes to women especially, like weightlifting is so good for you. I know a lot of people, they think, oh, I'm gonna run on a treadmill, do the, you know, this and that, cardio, because I burn calories. But weightlifting also burns calories. You know, maybe if you're running at a high speed, it doesn't burn as many calories as fast, but it will. Like, and it's good for you. Like, it's good for your joints. Like, it's good to make your muscles stronger. All of your muscles, right? Hit every muscle. Arms, you know, definitely legs. Obviously, you're on your feet all day, so legs get work, but you still should work on your legs. Most people, guys, everyone has knee problems, and it's crazy. And I'm not gonna lie, I had some knee issue many years ago, and I'll never forget, I went to one appointment because I never go to the doctor, but my knee was bothering me. I couldn't do squats. I was so pissed off. But basically, he told me the muscles surrounding the knee need to be strengthened, and mainly the inner and outer, right? So I'm doing leg extensions, right? Leg curls, which work your quad and your hamstring, but I'm not focusing on the inner leg muscle and the outer leg muscle. And I know most guys like, that's for chicks. No, brother, it is not. So those machines where you go like in and out, I use them. Yes, I do, because it works the muscles of the leg. You know, the upper leg above the knee. It works inner and outer muscles. And you know what that helps? That helps support the knee joint. So my knees never hurt. I run all the damn time. My knees never have a problem. Even though the doctor said I have a rotating kneecap or whatever. I don't even know what the hell that means. You have a rotating kneecap. That's what he said. But either way, he gave me the exercises to do, which I knew of, but I didn't realize that was the actual problem. And once he told me that, I incorporated those exercises every time I do legs. Maybe not every time, but I try to do it at least every other time. I don't care what it looks like, right? So like sumo squats, for example, really wide squats, that works the inner thigh, and that's good. Or having a weight on your leg, on your ankle, and then lifting the leg up to the side, that works the outer, right? So it's good. That's, you know, I know that's a big thing, knee pain. People say, oh, I can't run my knees, or, you know, things like that. And I'm like, wait, so what are you doing about it? You're just saying I can't, I need a knee replacement? It's that it? Like, come on. You know, you gotta think about it here. Like, think about, like, what the joints, if there's no muscle there, there's a lot of pressure on the joints just pushing down. And that's why, you know, the trouble happens. But if you work, you know, you do weights and there's muscle surrounding the joints, the muscle will support the activity that you're doing. So that is key, and that has worked for me for many years. And again, I'm 41, I'm very active. I do a shitload of races. I run all the time. I do Spartan races, which are the obstacle races, and my knee has been fine ever since. Now, the same thing goes with other, you know, the rest of your body, right? So the other thing I hear, shoulder. Oh, I need a shoulder replacement. Like, what? Just people just lifting something at home and they pull their shoulder or something. I'm like, but if you do light weights and you stay, you know, active like that, if you do like again, shoulders, chest, back. If you do active light weights, that's really good for you, and you could avoid injuries like that. But if you're just so like, if you never touched a weight in your life, obviously there's a lot of room for injury. So that's why I always say weightlifting is so important. And my point I was going to make for the women, if you lift weights, you're not going to get huge, please. And my wife said that, or someone said that. My friends, I don't want to lift. I don't want to get huge. I'm like, don't worry, you're not going to get huge. At the time, we've been working out forever. We're not getting huge, but it's like, it's not that easy. You lift a weight, you're not going to be like some muscle-bound lady, right? You could just lift light weights and you'll be, shredded. We'll say shredded at some point. That could be a goal, because tone is good, right? It also looks good. Obviously, the number one is health. Number two, it makes you feel and look good, right? So it's just, I don't know, it's so important to lift weights. It's for a lot of reasons. I personally enjoy it because, when I was younger, obviously I guess you could say wrestling. It was Arnold, things like that. You look up to those guys. You're like, oh yeah. My goal was always have huge arms, right? Huge traps, and big chest, all that. And that was my goal. And I started at 16 years old, and I never stopped, right? And I've considered, I always lifted heavy when I was younger. I'm gonna do as heavy as I can. So I always did like heavy squats, and I do regret it, unfortunately, because I do have 2 herniated discs in my upper spine, which sometimes they bother me, sometimes they don't. I don't need surgery on them, but they're there. Only because I always got this pain. I never knew what it was, but it's the pressure of it gets inflamed sometimes. So if I do squats, it's very light, but if for all you younger guys or girls out there, doing heavy squats, unless you're a power lifter, what's the point? I get it. I wanted to do max out as much as I can, and that was always my goal. Squats, bench press, deadlift, always. And I did consider doing some powerlifting meets, but I got to the point where I don't know, it just wasn't worth the risk, right? Because I don't think the paydays really aren't there, and what's the point? The goal was to always just get, for me, big, and obviously you want to lift heavy, but I'm at the point now, I don't even care what I lift, right? I'm just there to do a repetition. I'll do the occasional jump up and weight, maybe on bench press, but again, I'm not here to tear my pec, I'm not here to hurt my shoulder, so I do it as smart as I can. And that's how it's been, at least the last 5 years. So when I got to my late 30s, I'll say I kind of went that direction. So I'm never, it's something I'll say I did in my 20s. You get oh yeah, let's max out every Monday, max bench press. That's what we did. It was so exciting. It's you have a goal, you want to hit your max, but in the end, you think about it, it's oh my God, could you imagine the pressure on the joint? That gigantic barbell, it's crazy, because I can't have that. You can't have a setback like that. You tear a pec or your shoulder pops. Damn, no thank you, man. But yeah, as long as you do light weights, it could work. And if you don't know what to do, obviously you can look, it's all online, man. You can just look it up. But I think it's just so important to not only go for walks, go for runs. Again, if you can't run, what's your excuse? Running, yes, walking is great, but running, just outside especially, it's good, it's fun. This guy is swerving all over the road, nice. But yeah, I wanted to talk about, exercising, juicing. Should I even go near that guy? But, weightlifting especially, is just so, so important. Also dieting, if you can't, if you want to start with dieting, that is really, it sucks, but yes, it's really easy too. For example, I used to use MyFitnessPal, but I use now the Fitbit app, and it pretty much you could scan any food. Back in the day, man, you had to type in everything, so the struggle was real. Now you just scan it. So if you scan everything you eat and you count your calories and you stay below whatever this app tells you, it's as simple as that, and you will hit your goals. And keep in mind, burning calories, you burn calories from sitting, right? There are resting, you have like a resting heart rate. You're always burning calories. Maybe not to the same extent, obviously, when you're doing exercise, but you're always burning calories throughout the day, and that's always keeping in mind. And the goal is, how many calories can I burn to lose weight? And I believe it's 3,500 is equivalent to 1 pound. So if you lose 3,500 per week, which is 500 a day, if you lose 500 calories, if you burn 500 calories more a day than you take in, that should be equivalent to 1 pound loss per week, okay? And that is very, very doable. That's not even a big ask, right? In fact, you should lose 1,000 calories more a day, making it 7,000 a week, so that's 2 pounds a week. That's very, very doable, and it's simple. Again, the app does everything. The only part that sucks is finding the right food to eat, right? But again, even if you eat like food that's not necessarily the worst, as long as you don't go over your calorie count, you should be okay. Of course, that calorie breakdown of fats, protein, and carbs, yes, of course that matters, but don't focus on that right away, right? That may like mess you up. If you just focus on the calorie number and then go from there, believe me, you'll want to look into the other stuff later. Because sometimes people jump into stuff and then they quit right away. Believe me, I know, I've done it many times. So it's always about like finding what works for you. And my last point I want to make is, it's never really a quick fix, let's be real. And as much as I like to make it a quick fix, it has to be a lifestyle change. Like, you can't, I guess you can just be a fat ass and go on a temporary diet, be a fat ass, go on a temporary diet, things like that. But if you make a lifestyle change, such as, all right, especially if you're retired, man, you gotta keep on the move. All right, go for a walk every morning, 3 miles. Why not? Every morning. And then maybe even do something in the afternoon, something like that. Commit to that. That's a lifestyle change, right? That's a lot of calories that you never burnt before. And again, when you start doing things like that, if you add exercise into the equation, there is a little, mental motivation there that will make you think a little more, oh, maybe I shouldn't eat that. Or maybe I should avoid this meal or something like that. But when you don't exercise, you don't really get that same motivation. You just get like, the groggy feeling that I don't care and this and that. But again, it all comes hand in hand. And I don't even know how this turned into a whole. The whole thing was about health and working out. But hopefully, again, I'm almost at work, so I guess I'm done. I gotta get pumped up for the gym, but again, that's the last thing. You gotta make time for it, man. I mean, I barely have time now, but if you have a half hour, that's it. Go, do push-ups, right? Herschel Walker, all he ever said, I only ever did push-ups. And look at him, he's jacked, right? Maybe he's lying, but still, do push-ups, right? If you don't have a gym that you can go to, or you don't have a home gym, you don't have anything, you can sit there at home, you can do push-ups, you can do squats, you can do lunges, you could find a tree, you could do pull-ups, you could do sit-ups on your floor, you could do many, many different things. And that's a starting point. You don't have to jump to the gym right away. Again, if you've never done anything, then you're probably better off just taking it easy, step by step. But again, doing something is better than nothing, right? So, I don't know. I figured I'd give my 2 cents. My prior passion in life was become a personal trainer. Well, it was become actually a nutritionist. Physical therapist, then nutritionist. And then obviously I realized I hate school and I can't afford it. I was like, all right, let me be a personal trainer. And then I failed the test, and then I took it many years later, and I did end up doing personal training, but I already had my full-time job at the time, so I was doing both, and it just wasn't worth it. The money wasn't there, and I just didn't have the same passion. So I'm like, it's not fair to the people that I'm training if I don't have like the same passion myself, to do it. Because you need like a certain kind of person to do that, and there are a lot of really good people that have that type of motivation to give people, inspire people, and that's just not me, right? At least I can inspire myself, and I can inspire you for like a day or two, but like I can't be like, oh, you're doing great when you're sucking or something like that, right? Or you look great when you don't. I'm not that guy. So that's why I didn't really pass as a personal trainer. But maybe, you never know, when I get old, something I could do something with the gym, work part-time at the gym or something. But it's obviously my other passion besides investing, which investing came in my mid to late 30s. So before investing, it was always lifting, right? Lifting was life, gym. It's gym and work, right? Gym, work, and that's it. And then you have kids, and then it's like, okay, how the hell am I going to retire? How the hell are we going to make money? Well, that inspires you to think about other things outside the box. But anyway, guys, hopefully some of that helped. I don't know. I guess I don't even have to say this is not financial advice, but I don't know. But that's all I got for today. I'm almost at work for the gym. I'm going to do legs, go kill it, and we'll see. Let me know what you guys think of this quick car commute podcast. Do you like talking about this topic? Did this interest anyone, or was this complete waste of your time? Because I know some of you will tell me that if it was, and it's fine. I enjoy all good and bad feedback. I need to hear it. I want to know what people think. But that's all I got for today, and I hope you enjoyed it. I'll talk to you later. Peace.